All right.
What?
Hello, everybody.
Linda
Hello.
All
makes a
right.
smoke cloud entrance. Oh, I
We're
just got
up.
a
Yeah,
notification.
Linda makes me smoke. That's funny. No,
And
Linda,
she's
you are
smoking.
too much.
The
Is it?
dragon.
Hello, I'm here. I
That's
think people want
funny.
to get in
I
there.
know.
Okay, there, I muted
See if
YouTube. Sorry.
anyone comes and hangs out with us. We'll see.
We're
Let's
good enough
see.
company. I got the chat.
Right, exactly. We'll entertain ourselves.
But
No
don't we always
worries.
say to each other, well, you know what? We can carry on our own conversations, but we should tape them while we're talking because some of them
Yes.
are the best.
Yeah, like the
Exactly.
conversation Denise and I had before we went live the other night. It was like, this is great. Why is this not on the air? You know, what a great talk that was.
Right.
Questions.
Exactly.
I can only imagine you two together. Oh, I should have been a fly on that wall because I'm sure it would have been interesting. I wouldn't have had probably much to say because you guys go off on, you got more, knowledge of all these things because you both want to know everything about everything.
Yep.
So, and hey, that's a good thing. I mean, that's what attracts me to being Denise's friend is I'm like, man, I want to know about that, but I only can go so far on it, and she'll just start in my mind to go woo, and I'm like, okay, let me check that out. It takes me a couple days, 3 days, 4 days to read into this stuff, but she's like, and you're the same way. So
Yep.
I can only imagine you two. I'm going to start doing some sneak videotaping and stuff. Get me some gold.
Yeah. I apologized to
Give
Paul
me
last
some
night. I was like,
gold.
I'm so sorry. Denise and I just like took off on your live stream. Like, we're just going. Like,
I
wait, Paul's
know.
here.
I was in and out too, man, because
Exactly. And we're on Paul's channel. Oops.
yeah, I didn't. I got to see a little bit of you guys being on there. I watched Paul, and then you guys came on, and then my daughter came storming in the door, and then my other daughter calls on the telephone, so I'm in, out, in, out. By the time I got back to really watch, you guys were done. So rewatch, I have to rewatch things. That's what it's great about filming it. These people are gonna bother me. They're just step in on my stuff. They should be getting notices.
Yeah, I just got mine.
I got mine a little bit ago before it first went on, which is really surprising because I hardly ever get any notices for anybody going live. I used to get Eric Cozy all the time. Don't get him very much anymore. I get Denise's now. I never used to see Denise's like film feed or her video feed on my front page, but now I get them and I love that because she used to have to send me links. What did you do? Nobody here yet? Come on, people. I'm gonna start screaming. Get on YouTube, bitch.
I know. And so to your channel, you have more.
No, you guys, I'm telling you, we got to keep you out there because you have interesting content. Mine varies and it's not all that great. And I don't even care really. Just certain things I like. But your shit needs to be seen. So I want to get you out there. Yeah, that's my buddy, man. I'm your cheerleader. Woo
You're
woo.
funny.
Yeah, that's what I've been told. As long as I ain't told I'm
You
too
are
funny
funny.
looking. Huh? Look at that. Tunnel, 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 tunnel. Well, the background. Tunnel, tunnel, tunnel. Right there. Yeah, that's it. Oh, hey, I'm seeing myself. Oh, it's reverse. Okay. I never knew that. I never really looked at myself. I try not to avoid this part right down here, which is my face, which I'm going down here. Okay. Because we're in a like that. Is that how we look out there on the YouTube world?
Oh.
What? Blah, blah, blah.
What?
I didn't hear you right.
I know. What do you mean? What do we look like?
Yeah, I mean, like
The
to
screen looks like the screen.
No, I mean on YouTube because I'm not watching YouTube. So do we look like?
Yeah, it's the same.
It's the same. Okay, because I didn't. Yeah, I have no idea. Yeah, you
So
and
I had a confrontation yesterday
with what?
with some dude.
Ooh.
I was asking the guy who creates the StreamYard platform if we can upload custom pictures. Like, I have the white circle there. I don't want that. I want my picture.
Yeah.
But StreamYard won't let you do that. So he said, yep, we're working on it. It should be in a future update. I'm like, great. So some guy jumps into the conversation and says, people that don't put their faces on camera, well, they're just fake and they're hiding and they're up to something. And I'm like, dude, bite me. you know?
You, how can they
And so
know? How do they
I don't
know?
know.
I mean, some of us don't want to be seen because there's safety reasons for like what's happened in our lives. You know what I mean? If mine wasn't dead, I would not be showing my face.
Right.
Do you understand? I mean, he was
Yep.
in the
Oh, I
mall.
understand.
Okay. So there's absolutely no way I would be using my name, my face, any of that stuff. Okay. But he's dead, long gone, 5 years, 9 years. Okay. 9 years. I can do that now. But before, I wasn't on YouTube or Facebook, or I wasn't even on Facebook because I was scared.
Yeah.
How do I know what's going to happen?
Yeah, so I explained that to him. I said, I'm a survivor of domestic abuse. My ex is still out there. He knows where I live. I don't need to have an internet presence for him to
Right
stalk
on.
me. My Facebook is not under my real name. Awen Reese is not my real name. Shocker, but,
Oh, wow.
and I'm not putting my face on it.
Spoiler
'Cause-
alert.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
He's not
No.
going to stumble across my podcast, but he might stumble across a face or a YouTube and see my face and be like, oh my God. And then he'll
Yeah.
know everywhere where to find me online. So I'm
Right.
like, yeah, I don't want to do live camera.
Exactly.
Right? So,
I don't blame
but
you.
this guy had at me 6 ways from Sunday.
Well,
And so
he doesn't live that kind of life, so he has no
he
right to
doesn't.
judge. And nobody should be a judge anyway. People go through so many things that other people do not have a clue. And I've learned that through the YouTube, that there is a lot of things people go through, and you have no idea what their struggles are. So you should not judge them for what they're doing. I mean, some people are downright mean, haters, that kind of thing. Like, obviously, this guy I was talking to you has some issues within his own self, and he has to take them out on you. That's the kind of people I'm talking about.
Yes.
But for majority, I mean, you should respect somebody's privacy rights. Like I said, I always am on there. Hey, this is my name, da 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 da. But let me tell you what. 9 years ago, I wasn't doing that. I wasn't I was off the grid, dude. Okay. My mail did not get to my house. It went to my parents' house. I was off I didn't have I had nothing that could tie me to the Briere name. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You couldn't find me. I was ghosted. Okay. And there's a reason. Now I don't have to fear that reason anymore. At least I haven't had to, So that's why I'll say, oh, I'm out there and that's my name. And I was doing that during my life with Jinxie, and it wasn't like Jinx. I meant for Jinx to feel bad because she hides, And I thought that when I was doing it, I was like, boy, that sounds like, so I had to explain it. It really isn't that, I accept anybody who wants to be private about whatever they're doing. That's their business. I have no idea, and they don't need to explain it to me. Do you know what I mean?
A lot of the reasons this is really noisy. I don't know why it's so noisy. For me, especially telling the story with Mike, my ex, I have to keep the other people private too. Like my daughter, my husband, my ex-husband, they don't need to have their real names out there in the world. This isn't their story, and it's not fair for me to tie them to it. So there's a lot of reasons why I'm doing it this way. But this guy just had a go at me. And my final response to him was like, oh, by the way, my podcast is about narcissists and how to spot them. Just saying, because he was so.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And
I was like, I got your number, dude.
There's so many people that really, really do not get it. You know what I mean? They do not even think that because they've never had to encounter that in their life. You know what I mean? Never. They've never ever had to encounter that. So they don't understand. Denise says she'll be right back. Oh, that's cool. Hey, I like how she can go off and we're still on. That's kind of cool.
That is cool.
This is a neat, I think it's just as easy as Hangouts. I mean, my gosh, you get a link and bam, there you are. And you have the choice of adding the person or not. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So if they got the links, or maybe you can get the link that way or something, and you didn't want that person on or whatever, you can just cut them up like they're being an asshole or something. Did you bye? You know what I mean? See you later.
But I made a plan. I have a plan. I talked to my husband last night. 3 months from today, I'm going to go live on camera. I'm going to get a green screen for my background so I don't have to redecorate my bedroom. I'm going to,
Yeah, I hear you.
If I have a plan for it and a date, then I can psych up for it and work towards it. And I'm excited. It's going to be fun. And then, I could be like, yeah, whatever, crazy guy on Facebook group. Here I am. Now what?
Now here I am. Exactly.
Now what?
Oh my gosh, we're getting some people now.
Hi, Jinxie. Hi, Roll.
Hi, Jinxie, my girl. And Roel. I can't say it, but he's from the Netherlands. Oh my gosh, I'm getting all these ding ding dings in here again.
Bean Green's here.
I up and I see Bean Green, how you doing? And I said, what did I write there? Robel. Sorry, honey, I don't even look, you know who I am. I don't need to explain myself to these people. They deal with me in Discord. And when I'm not looking at my fingers, which I'm very good at now, I could do this instead of
That's
but I still
exciting.
make my mistakes, and if I don't, but I've learned to what is it, proofread?
Yep.
I'm doing a little better at proofread, but you don't get me for my periods and commas and all that. I still don't got that. I'll work on that. At my age, it's kind of grammar's never been my thing. Never really cared.
Minor details.
I'm just not. Reading was never my thing in school, and if you don't read well, then you don't write well. I love writing. I like to write down ideas, things like that, but my grammar stuff isn't mine. So I don't know. How are you guys out there
Hire
today?
an editor. You'll be fine.
Yeah, that editing stuff is not. I can't get it, man. I don't care how long I sit in front of the tutorials and I can't do it. I have tried and tried and tried. It's so frustrating. The little face I got on my like for my thumbnails now.
Mhm.
Kayla saying the little redhead girl there with no mouth. Right? Anyway, kind of a pun for Linda listening. Anyway, that took me. I had a totally different slideshow, and I could never get it on, never get it on, never get it on. All of a sudden, for some reason, I was able to make one and make it go on, but now it's so fast, you're like, okay. But I'm trying. I am trying. What is everybody doing today on Saturday? How are you doing, Jinxie? How are you doing, Raul?
Yeah, it is Sunday. You were right the first time.
How you doing? Yep, tomorrow I will be live. 4:30 Central Time, 5:30 Eastern Standard Time with Gingerlink Locks. Mom, you know who she is.
Oh yeah.
Yep. She's doing her first live, and I'm her first guest. I was like, you pick me?
What do you mean she's doing her first live? She goes live all the time.
Oh, her first live panel, whatever.
Oh,
On
awesome.
her channel. She's never done it before. So,
Excellent.
She's been on panels or whatever, but she's never done it before. And I'm like, and you pick me? What the heck are you thinking, girl?
Well, she has good taste.
Well, we were gonna do something a while ago too, and never did. Never, she was in the hospital. She's, she has some problems, issues, and she's dealing with them. And wish her nothing but the best. And prayers are all the time for her. I'd hate to have that, but she's a sweetheart of a person, and we just never were able to collaborate. So tomorrow we're just gonna kind of get back and talk about things and laugh. And she says, and Linda, you're running for president, so got to get you out there.
Yep.
And my prize resident is out there. Mystical Jinx is my prize resident, because Ken Kratz the prize, Stacy's song. We like that song, so now we're calling her the prize resident.
There you go.
That's what she
Prize
is.
resident.
Hi, Laura. How are you doing, sweetie? There's that lady. She is so sweet. She writes me some nice things. I put up a thing from the UK, that doctor that killed over like 250 people.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I finally found something on him and I put it up, and I'm getting a lot of the UK, So Jane Sharp, I don't, she's not in here right now. Maybe she's busy, but yeah, there you go, Jinx. She's she I guess lived pretty close. I don't know where Lara lives, how close. Oh, thank you, dear. But it's like, man, when we hear a lot from our UK supporters and things like that about things, but I can never find anything, because if I try to upload it, I get the copyright can't see in all countries thing. So I don't understand that. I don't know if it's our side censoring or their side censoring. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, Northern Ireland she lives. Oh, you're in. Oh, I want to go to Ireland so badly. Redhead freckles, last name Connors. Yes, I think so. You don't get much more Irish now, do you? So yeah, I would love to go there. That's a beautiful country. Well, all them European countries, man. I just want to go there because they're beautiful because we don't have them, castles and things like that here. I don't know if you do, but I don't.
Yeah, my husband's from the UK, and one of our dream vacations that we're starting to plan is like a month in the UK and Northern Ireland, and just to go everywhere and see everything. And
Yeah.
his son just had a baby this year. We got to go see the baby. That's my first grandchild.
Oh
Got to
my
get
gosh,
over there.
yes, grandmama or nana or whatever they call them over there. I'm a nana, so you know. Or and Denise is what is she? Mima or mama, mommy or no, I don't. What are you? Here she comes. She's coming back. She can tell me what she is, but I don't hear. What does Aiden call you? Mima or what?
Mama.
Mama.
No,
Okay.
mama.
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 Oh, that's so sweet.
Yep.
Like moo but a mama.
Yeah.
That is a great looking picture back there.
Downstairs.
We've had some joiners.
Hi, Laura.
Yorkshire. East Yorkshire on the East Coast. There you go, Yorkshire. Ouch. Ouch. Where is that? Is that in Boston? I don't know where that is.
I don't think East Yorkshire's in Boston. No.
On the East Coast? You talking like
Linda
across?
doesn't do geography.
No, I don't do it. Listen, Linda don't have a school education. Mine's street leg. That's it, man. I'm a street knowledge person. I hate school. There's Miss Jane Sharp. Hi, and Whirly Woo. Who's Whirly Woo? Is Whirly Woo
So
new?
I said, turn north.
What?
I'm like, turn north. I'm like, no.
You sound funny. I didn't hear you. You sound like you're drowning or something.
Yeah, you sound really electronic.
No, I'm not. I don't joke like that. Now, if I said you looked a little underwater, now maybe that's a joke.
I think we might be having some connection issues over there.
Maybe, I don't know. I hope not.
You did.
Sounds like Denise. The terminals or so. I don't know what that means. You're robotic. That's a good one, yeah. That's really good. Yeah, Jane, we were just talking about you. I was talking about how close that was, that Dr. Dead or whatever they called that guy who took people's, made them fill out their wills and leave them everything to them, and then he knocked them off. If you can't trust your own family doctor, what the heck, Craziness, crazy.
He got away with it for so long.
Yeah, it's like he got. Well, he's a doctor. He knows how to avoid. No, I never heard of that, Raul. But I mean, he's a doctor. He knows how to avoid that, don't he? You know what I mean? Autopsies, what they're going to do. Didn't he perform some of his own autopsies on these people? So how could he get caught? You know what I mean? And he acted like a very caring person. You didn't just go in and kill him. You got to go in and know him, and you know what I mean?
Yep. Earn their trust, get their money.
But Jane was telling me how close she was to him, and I was like, "Oh, Jane, I'm just glad nothing happened to you." I mean, I would hate to have somebody in our chat group have something so personal, to them. Oh, Whirly Woo, welcome. Hi. I'm a crazy one. Oh, you're in the UK too. Okay, cool. I want to go there. Their accent fascinates me. The castles, the old history part of that country fascinates me. Everything over there fascinates me.
Yeah.
The gentleman.
Yeah, that's where I imported my husband from. I'm no dummy.
Yeah, I tell you, I could listen to that accent all day, all night. I don't even care what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's kind of like somebody speaking French or something. You're like, oh, you can be telling me I'm a piece of shit right now, but I'm like, oh, yes, thank you. Tell me more.
It is nice, I gotta say.
Yeah, there are some very harsh sounding languages,
Except everywhere we go to the grocery store, and the cashier's like, "Oh, are you from England?" And he's like, "Well, yes." And I'm like, "Will you stop? Come on."
Yeah, he's like getting flirted by all the time. You're like, yep, that's my man.
Right. I'm hanging on his arm, my giant diamond ring showing, like, hello, he's American.
Got to remind him, you are an English gentleman. Understand?
Yeah.
Oh, I like some of the things they say, like, um, oh, cranky. I think that's cute, cool. That's from Australia though, but I like that. Or they say different things, like their apartments are called flats or something. And I mean, I just like the way they talk. You know, they can just tell me anything they want.
We have a lot of arguments about it because when he first moved here, I was like, "Oh, why don't you grab some chips to go with dinner?" And he comes back
And he
with
means
French
chips.
fries.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "What? I wanted Doritos." He's like, "Oh, well, you said chips." Yeah. Well, those are crisps. I was like,
Them
"Well,
are
I don't
crisps.
want crisps." You
Exactly.
know,
They're crisps. And a
and
cigarette's
God
called
forbid you ask for a biscuit.
a cigarette's called a fag. And I'm
Yeah.
like, what? Like, when I first heard that, because my God rest your soul, brother-in-law, who's now passed away, he invented the interlock blocking system for the parkways and bricks,
Oh
making
yeah, yeah.
retainer walls. And he's from New Jersey, and he had to travel to England. And when he first got there, he first got up, and somebody looked at him and said, "Excuse me, mate, do you have an extra something?" I don't know how they said it. And he looked at him. He goes, "First of all, he called me mate. Wait a minute here, buddy." And then he asked me if I had a fag. And he said he put them two together, and he thought, "Whoa, what is this stuff?" He didn't know what to think of it. You know what I mean? And then somebody that was with them, giving him a tour, whatever they were doing, told him some of the language, gave him some of the slang and stuff. And then he was like, "Oh, okay, I'm cool with that. That's cool. Next time I'll pull out my cigarettes."
Yeah.
I know, like they call, oh, that's Australia too. I like when they just say, wait, cranky. I like that word, cranky. I don't know why. Kind of like another swear word I like, but I won't say it on here. Where she has technical difficulties. I
She'll be
love the Irish accent too. You betcha, Lassie, or whatever that stuff is. They say if I could get Laura on here, she'd be talking to us. Oh, she said she talks very fast. So do I talk really fast. I talk so fast that sometimes I really got to slow myself down. Don't you see?
I have a friend on here from Ireland, and she has the most beautiful Irish accent. And she left a voicemail once somewhere where she was very, very angry and she was yelling. And I was like, "That is the most beautiful thing I've ever heard." And she's like, "What? I'm cussing somebody out." I was like, "It's beautiful. Do it
It
again."
is. It is. I just love those accents. Gorgeous. I mean, I have a friend, Sharon Sunshine, who's on, she's a mod for Air Cozy and some of the others, and Paul Capaldi and stuff. And
Yeah.
she's Scottish, and she sends me the wee bit is nicest little things you ever seen. And she goes, "Oh, wee bit," and when she talks really fast, I can't really understand everything, but I love it. I mean, I know
Yeah.
exactly what you're saying. You're like, "Oh, I really didn't catch all of that, but the stuff I did catch was gorgeous." She sends me voicemails too, and she don't send very many. So when she first sent me one, I just cried because I thought, "Oh my gosh, she is sending me a message," and she only gives voice messages to just like 3 people besides me, or 4 people besides me. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, thank you so much." And now she sends me them all the time, and we have daily conversations, and I love it. I send her my voice thing too. You can push that on Facebook, and you can record the voice. So that's what we do.
Very nice.
I'm gonna have to give Laura my so she can send me some Irish stuff. And a couple of the UKs are. I'm just gonna give everybody it so they can just send me all these voicemails and I can hear this stuff. If you go on my channel, you'll learn how to talk Minnesotan because I just put them out there. Well, where's poor Denise? I don't have my phone to text her to find out if there's anything going on. And you're probably on your phone, correct?
No, I'm on my computer. I see her on Discord, but she's offline, so I think she's rebooting or something.
Yeah, must be. Oh, I just gotta hang on. Look at the scenery. Look at the caves down there. I'll be right back.
So I come on panel and I'm all alone. Hi guys, how's everyone?
We'll listen to you talk forever, so go right ahead. You got that voice. We just love to hear.
Well, this weekend has been really rough for me with all the trial that we followed this week that was really heart-wrenching, and the El Paso shooting and the Dayton shooting, and there was another one in Chicago last night where people were killed outside a park, and I'm just like, I woke up this morning with a head cold for the first time in a couple of years. That really hasn't happened to me because I do a lot of like I drink pho every couple of days. And I think that's magic. So it
What
never
is it?
pho, that Vietnamese soup.
Oh, I
Uh,
never heard. Okay,
it's
go ahead.
it's a very healing, good kind of thing for your body. So I have it all the time. I haven't had it in about a week or two. And I wake up this morning with a cold after all this emotional stuff. I'm like, all right, self-care fail. I totally failed. I wasn't paying attention to my body. And so I couldn't finish my podcast to get it up today because I was all sniffly and boogery. This is awful. So yeah, we got to focus on the self-care, man, especially in this
Yeah,
community where we talk about crime all the time.
you're right. Like we were discussing before, there's so much tragedy. It's like really hard to um, deal with your real life. Because it's like, wow, why am I? you know, I don't want to go out there. I might be the next mall shooting, or you never know. I mean, kidnapping, whatever it could be. You know what I'm saying? It's anything, and anything is possible. And I understand that. Like we all live on Avery Road. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Whether it be with the crime that's happening personally to people or the judicial system, the justice system is just uh, needs completely rewriting, reforming, nothing, just rewrite. There is Denise, or partial Denise. Yes, mass shootings, bro, just terrible.
Yeah, the flip side of these tragedies, though, for me and staying healthy, I have to remember gratitude.
Hmm.
I'm thankful that my family is okay. I'm
Me
thankful
too.
that there were some fantastic first responders, and I'm thankful that people are really coming together to help. There's some huge
Yeah,
donation drives going on for these communities and these families, and funeral homes are just saying, we'll give you a free funeral. We're not even going to charge you. Let's just help you deal.
yeah,
There's a lot of good happening and a
yeah.
lot of things to be thankful for. And that's what I'm looking for in these tragedies, because that's helps you keep stable and grounded. And, as a whole, humanity is not so bad. So
Exactly. I totally agree with you. Thank you for the reminder, because I'm sitting here thinking of all the bad parts, but really you got to think of how much the community's coming together, how much people are working together. Thank God we have the police and rescue that we do have in parts of the country. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm thankful for mine. I really am. They haven't really turned that sour. I understand that it happens. It really does.
that
But
happens.
and we've had a lot here. I mean, I was just looking up Minnesota murders and things, and we've had a lot of things going on here. But we try to reform it, the best way we can. We're kind of a forward state, you know what I mean? A forward moving state, which is good. A lot of experiments go on here, but it's so good to see community and good individual people stepping up that don't have nothing to do with it from nowhere, like us. You know, just talking about it and sending, the word out there is good. But there's people that donate their time, and hats off and clap for them. Thank you very much.
Yeah, rule prevention would obviously be always better than care after the fact. Of course, we want to prevent these things from happening, but
Yeah,
we're not having a lot of success in that right now. So
yeah,
what we need to do is take care of ourselves in the aftermath of these things so we don't collectively lose our minds as a society. We
yeah.
have to find ways to stay grounded and safe and you
And
know
you can't take away the rights of owning a gun, especially a 21-year-old. Okay, Raul, they're not boys. They're supposed to be a man of legal age and making rational decisions. Now, I think the gun laws should change. Maybe I just don't believe in taking them away from people, because that's something they fought for. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in taking rights away from people, but I do agree with having certain situations. People fall in certain categories. You know what I mean? Age, backgrounds, things like that should be checked out more. I mean, that's what I could say about it. And I don't even know if that would stop any of the mass shootings, or all, because they can get them on the streets.
yes, the gunman shot his sister. One of the 9 victims was his sister. Yeah.
That is terrible.
Yeah, and I do agree that I'm not anti-gun.
Yeah,
I
I don't
own
know.
his
I own a
sister and her
handgun.
boyfriend.
Yeah, and her boyfriend. But I do believe we need to look at like assault rifles. I don't think an average citizen needs to own an assault rifle.
Totally agree. I totally
So
agree.
common sense gun laws.
Yep, there you go. That's how you say it. Common sense. I don't know. Some a lot of people in legislature are lacking.
That's one way to put it.
You need to add that to your
Oh, nice.
presidential speech.
Well, I think me saying that I'm going to take the Oval Office and straighten it out, that was kind of a strong statement.
Yeah, that's a blanket statement. That means everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm in the great outdoors of Minnesota. It's beautiful out here. I'm sorry you get to look at some dirty patios. Should be looking at that part because it's so gorgeous over there. Let me see. Let me spin you around. Ah, there we go. See, what's so beautiful. And then we go down that way. See, pretty.
Oh, that is nice.
Yeah. There are beautiful trees. Ain't it pretty?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's a little bit of Minnesota.
I
And then you look,
remember outside.
yeah.
I should go
All
there
right.
someday.
I know what a
sure,
tree. I
yes,
know what a
okay.
tree used to look like.
You know what a tree used to look like?
Yeah, like Alan said, I remember.
Yeah. That
That's
place
fun.
outside.
Yeah, we do got one thing about Minnesota. It is, I like the four seasons. We really do have a true four seasons. You know what I'm saying? Like we get summer, winter, fall. You know, whatever. Well, they come in order. You know, spring, winter, whatever. But fall and summer are my favorite times. I don't really care for spring because spring looks icky still to me. It was like lucky mud and everything all around, and nothing's green. It's brown. You know, but I love going further up north and checking out the fall colors. Like Duluth is absolutely beautiful. And I'm planning on doing a little video snapping about that so I can send it out because I put some pictures out on Facebook once of some fall colors and everybody was like, oh my gosh, where's that? Where's that? You know, and I'm like, my back door. I don't realize, you know, because I didn't realize the mass people that I would be reaching, honestly. So all around the world, some people don't see this stuff.
Welcome back, Denise.
Hi,
Yeah,
Denise.
thanks. Yeah, apparently things don't want to work today. I'm sorry. Everything was fine and now it's not. Who the hell knows?
Well, you're better now. I totally can hear you better because you look better. Not that you did it, you know. I mean, your picture is what I'm
Yeah,
saying, not
I
personally.
know what you mean.
All right, because you always look great to me. It's my
Oh,
number one
dear.
sleuth friend right there.
You're
Then I got a
funny.
number one mod friend right there. Hey, I'm set.
You're covered.
I am covered back to back, side to side, up and down, all around. I don't know what that is. What is Raul saying?
The Daleks.
I don't know what
Something
it is.
with Doctor Who. He said I was talking like somebody from Doctor Who.
The robot monsters. You walk around going, exterminate, exterminate. The
That's
Daleks.
not my thing. I never really did like any of that science fiction kind of stuff because I'm too much of a reality person. You know.
So what?
I-
You keep up with the Kardashians?
well, you know, no, but if somebody has it on, I'll watch their fat butts and I'll say that butt is fake. That butt is fake. That you know, Chloe never had a butt like that. Even when she was heavy, she never had a butt like that. And Chris and Kim never did neither till somehow her waist got smaller, her hips got a lot larger. And I swear that stuff is fake. Fake, fake, fake. And I don't really care, but if your big ass can get you some money, girl, oh, show me how, because I got a big ass. I ain't got the waist, but my ass is big, so what the hell? You know, I want to be a Fortune
So
500.
you're like a Lindashian. That's what you are.
Kardashian? No, I don't like that name. Kardashian. Got to stick to true
Oh,
crime.
crap.
Who's that from? Oh
That's
my
funny.
gosh. Kanukian. Oh, I was driving through.
Lyra wants to know about the story of the lights in the sky, Linda.
Oh, okay. Okay. Now I'm really looking for the best video. I have this really good video. It's like almost 20 minutes worth of what you see there. The light. Did you see the ball parts? Okay. First of all, do you see round balls in there? Yes or no? Somebody answer me or I'm going no further. Straight up. Okay. Anyway, there was balls in there. To me, I call them dancing balls of light because it looks like smoke coming off of them, but they're really light balls. And it was getting darker at night. So as it went on, they were brighter and you couldn't really see the smoke. But anyway, they like broke in pieces. It came out of the sky, poof, just like that. Like a flame came right out of the sky, middle of the sky, and then poof, there was this white ball, and the white ball split like that, and then one stayed here, and there was like 3 here, and then these 3 started doing like up and very slowly, gradually, you could see them doing this, like this, and they stayed and they moved back and forth, and the 3 that were over here, suddenly there was like 2 here and none there. They were gone. Like, we're out of the sight, just that quick, like a blink of an eye. It was just really freaky stuff. I can't explain it. I do not know what it is. I called NASA because I was in Florida at the time. I called them. I said, are you doing any testing? I mean, you don't know if they're doing testing. Maybe that was just I don't know, smoke bomb or something. Oh, there's my friend.
Yeah, Wayne and the dog just came in. Sorry.
That
Oh, you don't have to be sorry. It's her.
But I can't explain what it is, but I want to tell you something. It was really incredible to watch for like 20 minutes. I'm really digging in some of my old phones to find that footage because I don't think I had Google at the time. I don't know if I had Google at the time. I kind of doubt it because I'm not so tech savvy, but
I need to see this video.
it is.
Yeah, I'd like to see it. She told us about it a couple weeks ago.
But
I'd
there's
like to
parts
see
of
the whole
it
thing too.
And I'm sorry, guys, that you got to look at the beach and some headlight and all this other stuff because I didn't realize it was on there, and I don't really know how to edit to get it off. But my film, that if I can find it, it's like 19 something long. It's just basically those balls of light in the sky like that, not moving except for back and forth.
I'm gonna post it, Jinxie. Hold
up
on.
and down, back and forth, and it looked. They stayed like that for 20 minutes. Now I don't know anything that does that. What's going to stay up in the sky like that, forming a ball of light?
I can think of a few things, but I need to see the video first.
Okay, what's on my channel?
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I mean, it came out of nowhere.
Yeah,
like
I'll post one of them. I think you posted 2, didn't you?
Well, yeah, but the 26-minute one is like or 26-second one is really basically the whole thing. The other one just shows a little bit of it. I didn't really even realize it, but I kind of got to find that video.
That's
Just
nice.
Look how long it took me to find that one.
All right, here, I'm going to post it now.
Okay.
We were talking about Area 51. When that
that was the night you announced your run for candidacy.
Yeah, okay. Well, so that's a while ago, so but I found it. So I'm really digging in my old phones to try to find it because it is a good film. But what's so weird is that like in the 26-second one, you see what it is. That stayed like that for over 25 minutes. Like that, and it just was getting darker at night, so you could see it more. That's it's just weird. It wasn't smoke. It was I don't know how to explain. It. Came from a flame, looked like smoke, and ended up looking like balls dancing in the sky. That's all I can say. Wasn't drinking, wasn't smoking, wasn't doing anything. Was just looking at the ocean that day, and you can see there's like not no big clouds in the sky or nothing, you know what I mean? So I don't know what it is.
All right, I'm looking at this video. This was Florida?
Yep, St. Augustine Beach.
All right, do you have the date? Because that to me looks like a rocket test launch.
There was nothing going on.
NASA and SpaceX are not the same people.
That's why I was saying I checked everything. There was nothing. Nothing.
Right. I'm going to look into that because
I could tend to agree with you. I really would. But if I didn't call and find out there was absolutely nothing going on. First of all, I think it was a Sunday, and it was in December.
Okay. What year?
5 years ago. So whatever that year is, can't think that fast. You know what? I'm going to get you the real date. Let me get the exact date for you, because then you can look for yourself and see that there was nothing going on, because that's what I want people to do. I should have put the date in there. I will. I'm going to go back and edit that. So, I can edit that description stuff. That I know how to do. And I will put the exact date that it happened, okay?
December 2014, SpaceX first launch.
No, that wasn't it.
Well, I mean, it happened in December of 2014. SpaceX was launching rockets off the coast of Florida.
Okay, well,
first Google result.
Okay, good.
I'm not trying to argue with you. I'm just saying, from looking at that video, I've seen that before, and that's exactly what that looks like.
Comes out of the sky like I mean, what would explain them staying up in the sky for like 20 minutes?
Because
Ball,
what you're seeing
yeah.
is the exhaust from the rocket. There's the smoke that actually is smoke. That's the exhaust from the rocket. And given atmospheric conditions, now if they're launching, the atmosphere is relatively calm, and it's going to hang there for quite a while. You know, like even
And
contrails
when
from
the
airplanes just
smoke
hang there.
dissipates, because
Hmm?
it starts getting dark. That's what my other video shows, is it's getting dark and you can see
Right.
it's dark in the sky. And then we're light. There was not smoke, like no more. You know what I mean? It was
Right.
like,
The break in the line, that's because when you're launching something, you have times where you might throttle down or throttle up or brake, and then there's a little gap and then it starts up again. I mean,
okay.
that's honestly what that
So I'm
looks
going to
like.
see a big boom of flame in the sky, and out of that comes that.
Yes.
That's how that works.
Yep.
I would not see nothing going across the sky.
Well,
You
you
were
wouldn't
scared.
necessarily see the rocket. That looks pretty far away.
Oh, well, only thing I could say is it wasn't very far away to me. It didn't
Well,
look
yeah,
very far away. I'm sure it was thousands of miles, is what I'm saying. Because when you look at the sky, to me in Florida, the sky seems closer because of the ocean. It seems
yeah,
closer than it does here in Minnesota. If I look up at the sky, the stars seem so far away, you know. And in Florida, it looks like I could lay down on the beach and practically reach up and touch the moon. You know what I
right.
mean?
Yep.
So to me, it looked very close. Okay,
Yeah.
if you understand what I'm saying. And I know it has something to do with the reflection of the ocean, you know, something like that. But I if that is what happened, then I don't know about it. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to find out the exact date. I'm not saying I don't believe you, because I do. It's the first thing that I thought of. Oh, that's a nice plane going by.
Oh, they found you. Run.
Now she's got UFOs flying over.
Right.
Exactly. But I mean, I couldn't explain it because, oh, there's Sharon. Hi, babe. I couldn't explain it at the time. And if that's what the case is, then, you know, I want to find the exact date, though.
Yeah, if you could find me that,
I
you
don't
could find out exactly if something was launched on that date. NASA might not always be privy to certain things like that.
Right, right. And maybe they didn't want to tell us.
Right.
I don't
Yeah. If it was the SpaceX test launch, what they were doing a lot back then, they might
Yeah,
not want it publicized that they were testing. So,
that's
but we
true.
can find out.
'Cause
We can find out.
I called the local sheriff. I called NASA. Well, I didn't call. Somebody else called NASA for me. I was sitting right there. I was too scared.
Yeah.
I'm being totally honest. I was like, oh no, I ain't calling that place. I mean, I didn't know what they do, you know, security checks, all that kind of stuff. I'm all freaked out about that kind of stuff. But so but thanks. I mean, if that's what was going on, it doesn't make sense to me because of it being dark out and the smoke dissipated and there was like, I mean, I'm talking like three balls is all I see.
Right.
And they just were up in the air, like steady right there. They were go like this, like this. They looked like they were moving up and down and back and forth like this, you know.
Well, remember the magic thing about the SpaceX rockets, what they're trying to do and what they've actually succeeded in now was being able to have reusable boosters,
Okay, yeah.
right?
Well,
And
you know,
what
you're
they
making sense totally.
but the point of the reusable boosters is that they can control them in flight. They don't just splash in the ocean and get lost forever. And they
Right,
would land them on barges in the water. So you would see the booster rockets firing to control their attitude and their descent, and you would see like little bursts of like fire
right,
as the rockets kicked off on the boosters to get them back down onto the platform instead of just plummeting. So that
right.
it really sounds like that's what that was. But
I'm telling you,
definitely have to look
my head says, "Yep, that makes sense to me." You know what I mean? I wrap it all around. It does make sense to me, but it is to me really strange that I didn't see no like rocket ship or anything
right.
flying. It just like I mean, and there was no clouds. That's what's so weird. It was like blue sky, and then
Yeah.
poof, it's like it came right out of the blue sky, like it entered the atmosphere. A light bulb, excuse me, and then poof, them balls. You know.
Yep.
So, but I don't know how that stuff works in the sky. And they were testing a lot of drones and stuff like that back then. I remember that because I was sitting at the beach and I hear this, you know, this really, and I look up and I
Mhm.
thought it was like a gigantic bug or something.
Right.
You know? And I had never heard of drones at that time. You know what I'm saying? I
Yep.
didn't know what it was. Like I said, most of the time I live in Iraq, I don't know what's really going
Plus,
on.
most of us go through life never seeing a rocket launch. It's not something that you just see every
I,
day, you know? So,
I've never, I mean, I have to find that tape because that tape just sticks right on them the whole time.
Yeah, I really, really want to see that.
I do. I really do. What?
Uh-oh. The Dalek is back.
No, talk
That's
again,
good news.
Denise. Oh, okay.
That sounded better.
Yeah, thanks for. See, I knew I could talk to somebody.
No,
would
I
be
was
able to
saying
figure
that
out.
when we went to Kennedy Space Center once and went out like where they launched stuff and they were launching some sort of satellite something or another. It was neat to watch, but
Yeah, I only remember looking at rockets, taking off, like the Apollo and all that. I mean, you could see it. You know what I
Right.
mean? You could see the spaceship itself, and then or the launch or whatever, and then the
Yep.
engine. So it was always, and God only knows what they've done there for years.
Looking at your video, I can tell you, first of all, it was a test launch because of its trajectory. It's not going up out of the atmosphere. It's just
Right.
going distance. So it was probably something very small. They're not going to launch their heavy Falcon rocket for a test because it will cost them millions of dollars just to launch it. So they launched something small, probably to test the boosters to see if they could land them because they were doing a lot of that. And that's just what it looks like.
Oh, thank you. But I'll let people think it's an alien if they want to. No. No, I didn't never claim that. I just said, what are these dancing balls? I had no idea,
Well, a UFO is an unidentified flying object. If you don't know what it is, it's a UFO to you.
Yeah, but I wasn't going to put that in print. I don't want anybody to think Linda's lost her rocker completely. It's still kind of under my house doing this, I really don't. But that's good to know that. Was that, Linda? I'm rooting for them. Me too. I'd like to see one. Or maybe it's not an alien, maybe it's just another human like us, but maybe they talk backwards or something. Who knows? Maybe they got a completely different language.
Well, there was that flat earth guy who launched himself on a rocket he made in his garage to try to prove the earth was flat. Yeah, so maybe that was him.
Yes, right there. Yeah. Supermod, somebody just commented, what date were you shooting this from? Where you are at, it could have been a rocket launch. I say, whoever says rocket launch, raise your hand. Ah! Lizard people. I never looked into that, Sharon. I want to see what that's all about. Because let me tell you, the Flat Earth Society kind of warped me for a little bit.
I don't know if you should look into the lizard people. That's a dangerous rabbit hole of doom.
Okay, well then I won't, because Denise hasn't put it out there yet. So I look at all of Denise's stuff that takes my mind for a little twisty, twist and shout there.
David Icke has a lot to answer for in this world.
I don't even know who that is.
He's the guy who started the lizard people conspiracy thing.
Have you guys seen that show on Netflix called Super Hack?
No.
Super Hacked? Ooh, I suggest you watch it. You too would like it a lot. Even I found it interesting. It's about the data that we leave behind, that's
like internet stuff?
Huh?
Internet stuff?
Yeah. It's the super data that everybody has, like 500, I don't know what it's called, on each person in the United States, and how it helped Trump get elected.
And everybody.
You never heard of it?
No, I haven't, but I'm going to.
They were talking about the data. Yeah.
Have you seen it, Denise?
Yeah.
Okay. What did you think of it? I started watching it last night.
I thought it was good.
Yeah, I think you should check it out, Owen. You would love it. You would.
They get into the Cambridge Analytica stuff?
Yeah. That's exactly what it's about.
Oh, good. That's a big thing. I dove pretty deep into that mess.
Okay, well, yeah,
Yeah,
I thought
it's really you were really interesting.
Yeah, I was like looking for stuff for me and Denise to do, and that is something Denise. I was like, ooh, this is right up Denise's house. So I am watching this sucker. Hey, I seen it. Oh my gosh, great! I want to talk about it.
Me too. The Cambridge Analytica thing is most people aren't aware of what actually happened, but you really need to be, especially with an election coming up.
I agree, 1000%. I agree, because it not only has a great deal to do with who's elected, how it's elected, how it's put out. It's all that's what's put out there because of what we put out.
Yep.
So it makes you want to check your privacy things a little bit more. I think your privacy settings, and I don't even know if that helps you actually.
It doesn't really, because Facebook was heavily implicated in that whole mess. And
yes,
man,
Google,
Yeah.
and the emails,
yep.
and voters commentary, surveys. How you always get those surveys pop
Yeah,
up in your
it
ass.
was very interesting to see how Cambridge Analytics was able to target certain demographics based on your, electronic fingerprint. It was amazing. You'll really, and you will like it a lot.
Ted Gunderson, have you guys ever heard of it? This person?
Yeah, it's the FBI dude.
I don't know. I watched Steve Moore.
He was involved in the what's her name? Beautiful lady, Marilyn Monroe, and JFK cases and all kinds of stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, you guys are interested in like old cases? Like really old cases like that? Because man, I can look that stuff up. I haven't got no problem. I was always been. That's what stuff got me interested into a lot of it. Was them old things? Well,
JFK was probably my first conspiracy theory ever.
Yeah, and I'm telling you right now, there's what they say happened. Virtually impossible if you got any brains. You don't go and then from one shooter, especially here and then here. That don't work. I don't know how that person's over there, and then what they do, fly over there to back there or something.
So they call it the magic bullet.
They had a magic cape. They had a better carpet magic cape than you do, there, Denise. And your whole family runs deep in that shit.
That's funny. Yeah. Yeah, okay.
I
Whoa.
wonder why Denise, why are you have storms going on around your house, honey?
No,
maybe you have to wear your earphones. No, I mean, seriously, that sounds weird to you. But remember when we were all on last time, I had to have earphones, and it was at the because of the place I was at, I think. Because I don't have them on now, and I'm not echoing, right? But it was really bad before.
Yep.
So, I mean, sometimes that stuff happens. She's putting out, a lot on her. They got a storm going on around maybe or something. I don't know. I don't know how their towers work over there in Alien Nation. Conspiracy headquarters.
Maybe she should put on the tinfoil hat so they could stop sucking up her bandwidth.
If I could borrow her mine, I would, but I still got to get
Put a tinfoil hat over top of your router.
Yeah, they're trying to empty that.
I don't know what the hell is going on.
It doesn't seem to happen when you're off camera.
I can tell that.
Yeah, it does. You weren't doing it. You weren't doing it when you were in the other room.
What I need. Yeah, it was worse down there. I don't know what the problem is. I didn't have any problems last night.
Yeah, so you were fine.
That's another thing, this technology there that Sharon's bringing up, which is really true. Has anybody heard the fact that if we go to 5G, that we're going to be seeing differently? Bye, babe. Love you wee bits. Hugs and cuddles. Hello. Okay.
I don't know too much about the 5C other than there's a lot of crazy stuff going around the internet about it.
They said this was some guy on TV who had some credentials or something. Didn't catch it. Maybe I should have, but anyway, this guy said something about if we go massively 5G networking, that it will affect our visions. I don't know why. I have no idea how that works or what it is or how it works through the sky, through the air. Don't know. I'm not a tech person, so I don't know.
I don't know what he's thinking about that.
Maybe this guy's cracked, you know what I'm saying? This guy's like, what? The internet's gonna, kind of like you get cancer from your cell phones kind of thing. I don't know,
Well,
Oh, man. Tinfoil hat.
I know that a lot of electronic devices can hurt your eyesight just because of the type of light that's emitted, but also they mess with your body's melatonin production, so you have trouble
Well,
sleeping. But I don't think that's what he's talking about.
no, I don't think so either. He was talking about vision, something about your vision.
Yeah.
Like we're gonna start. It's gonna affect. And I don't know if he's talking like hologram things or something like that. I don't know. That's kind of what it sounded like. So I was like, well, I didn't pay much attention to it. But since we were talking about the data being, out there and all that kind of stuff, I thought, hey, I'm going to throw that out there and see if anybody's heard of this. But take it from me, it's probably just a Minnesotan thing. Switch it off at night. Okay, well, Being Green heard that too. You should switch off.
Okay, but why?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I wonder if we Googled it, if we could find out. Let me see. I'm going to see what we can do here.
But do we know what Wi-Fi is before we say something like that?
I don't know what Wi-Fi is, and I'm not good at that.
Okay. Do you remember the olden days where you used to actually have like a radio that you have to turn on a shelf?
And the tubes and stuff, yeah.
Did you think that the stuff from your radio could hurt you?
I never thought so.
Okay,
But
your Wi-Fi is
electricity.
the same thing. It's radio wave. Sure, it's a different frequency, but your Wi-Fi is just a radio wave. It's not going to hurt you. I mean, I wouldn't sleep with my head on top of my router, but that's
Yeah.
not necessarily from the radio waves. That's more from the just electromagnetic frequency that it emits because it's an electronic device. But your Wi-Fi is not going to hurt you.
There you
You're
go.
okay.
Now you know what? You just fed right into that movie where it's just talking about the totally hacked or whatever it's called, Biggest Hack or something like that. God, what's the name of it, Denise? Do you know the proper name of it? Biggest Hack or something like that, I think it is. Anyway, I'll look that up too. But that's what they talk about. They talk about putting out things there that people will start believing.
All right,
You know,
Being Green. Being Green.
there you go, Jinxie.
The frequency of radio waves that could harm you, you'd be getting into the gamma spectrum, and it's not something that you can accidentally expose yourself to. Your Wi-Fi is not going to emit gamma frequency radio waves and hurt you. I promise. Now, your microwave, don't stick your head in your microwave when it's on. Close the door, and you'll be fine. I totally promise. I swear on everything I hold sacred. If you don't put your head in your microwave, you're going to be fine, and your Wi-Fi is not going to hurt you. I promise.
I believe you. I totally believe you. 1000% believe you. But I'm, that's just one of those things that they make you believe.
Yes.
Or they try to put into your head to make you think a certain way, and that has to do with that Cambridge whatever.
Cambridge Analytica.
Yeah, Analytica. That was it. Yeah. And aren't they the first ones that did this? Like how YouTube rates you and things. Isn't that what?
They're not the first, I don't think.
Well,
but they were certainly really successful. They were very good at it.
Successfully. Yeah. Well, considering President Trump didn't thank his campaign for it, is what I've read or seen in the show. That's what they claim.
The bottom line is, like, even with the Wi-Fi and radio waves, we're susceptible to hearing things like that your router's going to hurt you because all these radio waves, because we don't generally understand because our education is so bad. You can graduate high school and not know what radio waves are, because they don't teach us this stuff very well. And so that leaves us susceptible to misinformation, and that's the problem. So if you hear something that scares you like that,
check
Google it, go look it up.
Right.
Because all the information is out there, and a little education to make yourself feel, oh, I know what this is. I'm fine.
Yeah.
That can be such an important part of your mental health.
Exactly. I agree with you. Yes, Ellen is correct. You will be fine. No, I believe you will be fine too. I am just telling you that they put things like that out there for you to not, you know what I mean? For you not to feel safe, or for you to feel, or maybe, I don't know why they don't put it. If they were putting that, like you say, educate yourself on it, right? Mm-hmm. It bothers you, find out about it.
But Linda, a scared population is much easier to control.
Right. That's what I mean.
Exactly.
They don't typically research it.
Exactly.
Right. They just go around saying, "Oh, did you know this happened? This can happen." This, you know what I mean? And that just generates and generates because a lot of people are packs. You know what I mean? We all tend to go towards the same type of people. So if I'm talking about it, they're, you know what I mean? It's like that commercial for your hair, and so on and so on and so on. With that shampoo, what you used to do if you word of mouth.
Fear has been used since the dawn of time through politics and religion and every other machination to scare people to make them easier to control. It's just part of human nature, I guess, but it's certainly nothing new.
Narcissist shit. I don't like control. Maybe that's why I don't pay a lot of attention to the news or, that kind of thing. Like they say, a building can go down. You can see that building for all your life. Then all of a sudden you wake up one day and the building's gone. And the next day there's another building in place and you didn't really pay attention, didn't notice it. Didn't, you know what I mean? Because you're so busy in your everyday life. Well, that's what the government and everything is counting on happening for most of the time.
Yeah.
That you won't notice them things. Agree? No, disagree?
I agree.
What do you
That's
eat?
why I'm voting for you for president.
Yep. I'm going to straight.
Right?
Oval Office,
Exactly.
going to go straight. Yeah, bet. And my president right down here, the vice president, also known as AKA Mystical Jinx, she should be putting out something pretty soon too and tell you what she's going to do about all this crap. She'll research the shit out of that and she'll make a timeline you won't believe.
And as your
In
chief science cabinet.
2016, that kid ran. In 2016, D's Nut ran, and he made the ballot, and like people voted for him. So you got a shot, man.
Yep.
I know there's enough crazies out there probably to do it too.
Yeah, and if you appoint me as your chief science officer, cabinet person, whatever post that is, I will do live streaming from inside Area 51 and show the non-aliens.
And the many arrests.
Yes, but look, there are no aliens. I promise. I looked for them. I really did. Of course, if I get in there and there are aliens, then we got other problems.
Well, then you might be video at 5 for them.
Yeah. Yep.
Or is it video at 500,000 BC? Or, I mean,
yeah.
Whatever it is. It'd be after, so AD.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I will sit back and let you do it all, JC, and you can get the credit. I will give it to you, sweetie, for real. I just love it. Prize President. I love that song Stacy did. Man, he gets down on that King Kratz, dude, for real. I just love it. First crew. Oh my gosh, I love it. Oh, look at her eat all them snacks, man. You're making me hungry. Oh, hurry up, choo choo.
That's hot.
We're eating a hot sandwich. Okay, tell us about the Florida man.
Ice cream sandwich.
What's weird in the Florida man?
What?
What's weird in the Florida man? We've already talked about my weirdness, and that's pretty much. I've been just like blah, 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 talking up like I always do, and I should sit back and listen more. That's what my channel tries to remind me. Oh yeah. Oh wow. I can just picture King Kratz singing the song. I can't. I mean, I would just have to die if I couldn't look at Stacy doing the song. Watch King Kratz sweating all over again.
Yeah, I don't want to watch anyone that sweaty on TV.
I mean, his fantasies ain't even good. I mean, let's get real. They're right down right under, under the rocks. That guy is terrible. He's been quiet lately. They've all been quiet lately, and that makes me wonder.
Exactly. Everybody's been quiet.
They're taking a consensus on what part of the proven evidence against Stephen that is not against Stephen. They're just trying to find out that next line that they can repetitively repeat 5,000 times in a tweet without doing any research. Wonder whatever happened. Jinxie, whatever happened to little Joe? I used to love giving Joe some problems. He's a guilter on Twitter. Little Joe. Where's everybody today? They all taking their animals for a walk?
Everybody's probably just all freaking the heck out and bunkering down in their houses and putting
exactly.
up, building churches outside.
We do get a lot of I mean, where's Travis? He's from Texas. He should be giving us, you know, front line stuff here. I know he's on the you know what? I want to text him and say, Denise is live in case you didn't get him. Then get your butt over there and talk about what's going on. That's what I'm gonna tell him. He's in the rally house. You could give him a no, I'll give him a punch. Here we go.
Yeah, well, I'm in Texas and we're supposed to be doing big groceries today, and I'm like, I don't want my husband to go shopping.
Oh my gosh, you're kidding me.
We'll order food somewhere. It's all right. Stay home. You know, I just don't want to go outside. I don't want to take the kids out. I don't want my husband to go out. And that's really bad. So
Right.
we're gonna eat a lot of pizza this week, I think.
You can doctor it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's insane.
I think Panera Bread delivers here. That'll be fine.
Oh, my mom
Good.
loves that place. She
Get
loves
some
the
vegetables.
chicken Magre soup. You know, Panera Bread is one of the very few restaurants that at the end of the day, with everything they have left, they give it to the homeless or they give it to shelters.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yep. And they're the only restaurant that
we get it floods here a lot, and one year when we still lived closer, like in a populated area, a couple of Austin's friends spent the night, and we went down to do the sandbags. I took them; they were probably 12 or 13, and there's Panera Bread right like less than a mile from where we were sandbagging, and they brought bagels and bread and they just brought everything to all the.
That's excellent.
Yeah, pretty amazing.
Okay, I just sent them text.
There was a time many, many years ago when I found myself being a single mom by accident through no fault of my own. When I would go to the local food pantry and stuff, and there was this one place where they did a lot of just social assistance, whenever you needed stuff. And a lot of the grocery stores would bring their leftover stuff from the bakery and deli, and you could just take whatever you wanted. And there were times when like a box of donuts was like, oh my God, free donuts, and my kids would get so excited and I'd be so excited because it's like, I can't spend $5 on donuts right now. That's like 2 meals, and the amount of food that's just wasted and thrown away, it's heartbreaking because there are people that could really, really use that. So I love to patronize companies that will do that because nobody should be hungry. That's my belief.
There's a food pantry in the next little town. I have this big, like, I don't even know what to call it, outside, but it's like a big cabinet basically. And you can it's like take or leave what you need. So like you imagine you clean out your pantry and you're like, I'm never gonna use this, blah blah blah. And you put it in and people use it. You see people taking that out, like it's there, and we've taken stuff there before,
Oh,
so
that's awesome.
that's pretty neat. Yeah.
Oh, I want to do that. I wonder if my apartment people would let me do that. They might. That would be awesome.
Okay, now I'm so sorry.
Pretty cool. Next time I go, I'll pick a couple pictures and send them to you.
Yes, that would be fantastic. We're talking about saving the world, Linda. Make sure people aren't hungry and stuff.
Oh yeah. My daughter's apartment building here, when they go shopping, people always out in the entryway, they put a bunch of food, for people who don't have none in your because they always say, when I was growing up, it was, people in other countries are starving, you should eat that. Now we say, your next door neighbor might be hungry,
Right.
So, I mean, that's how much the world's changed. But yeah, they do that here. And I think it's great. A lot of places around here do that. They, they go shop and they get some extra macaroni and cheese, put it out there, some vegetables. Sometimes it's fresh fruit, I mean, they go to the farmer's market, whatever. Pretty generous, I think. Yeah. Oh, look at that. We got our picture of her.
We had a older woman that used to live downstairs from us a couple years ago, and her daughter got in some trouble or something, and she ended up taking all of her grandkids. She had 6 of them, 6 little kids, and this woman was like 70 years old or something.
Oh wow!
But she was on I don't know, Social Security or something because she was old and retired. And she's like, I don't know how to feed 6 kids. I have like $100 a month for food. And so we helped her out a lot. And then they moved. So I don't know what happened to them. But man, got to give her some props being that old and taking on 6 little kids.
Yeah, no kidding. Because sometimes I can barely have my one. Layla, she's pretty demanding. Well, Denise gets it because she has Aiden's demanding on her too. That's his mama, and you ain't. Yeah, I'm her nana. That's it, man. She gets mad at me if I want to come on here and do something. She's like, you're supposed to be spending time with me, nana. Come on, let's go make memories. And I'm like, oh, how can you say no? You say no, sorry, babe. I'd rather talk to people I don't even know. I don't get it with my little granddaughter. She's gotten to be quite the cute manipulator. You know what I mean? And my house is like, my room is her room. Her room is her room though. See, because she has her own room. But she comes into my room and she's like, "Oh, Nana, I really like this." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." And next thing you know, she's walking out there. I go, "Where are you going with that?" "Oh, I think it'll look really pretty in my room. Thank you for sharing."
Aw.
Okay. I can't say no to it. I just can't. It's such innocent stuff. I mean, she's a good kid. She doesn't throw fits or nothing like that. She doesn't demand candy and all. You know what I mean? She's a good kid. She's respectable, but she is quite spoiled.
That's what grandmas are for.
Well, yeah, no kidding. I'm getting all sugared up at Nana's. And I'm like, "What do you mean?" She goes, "Well, I had a Rice Krispie bar, and now I'm going to have, what am I going to have?" Oh, she says, "Oh, I'm going to have some sweet milk." Remember, Nana? Because I take condensed milk and I make like a drink out of it. You can use it under cornflakes, instead of putting sugar on it. It's really sweet. But anyway, she likes to drink it warm. So she's like, and I get some sweet milk. I'm like, okay. It is sugar, you know what I mean? Condensed milk, sweet condensed milk, that thick stuff. She likes it, but I put water in it. I can, whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Can't even explain what I'm talking about, for grape's sake. The cat.
Grandmas are for spoiling.
Okay, what's the cat there? Mystical Jinx, the cat. Always come back to that, the cat. I want to know about the cat. What are you talking about? Yeah, there's a lot of food banks here too, Bean Green, for real. We have a lot of that. They treat people up north get really good stuff they could live on for a month, I swear. Down here in the cities, they ain't so good about it, but there's still people that help, and that's all that matters, for real. That is all that matters.
Oh, Stephen Avery when he threw the cat. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's the same. It's only repetitive, and they can only say so much, like the blood in Teresa's rap. Well, sorry, there's Stephen's blood, but it's in a rap. I'm not quite sure whose it is, where it is. That's, I've got my doubts. And so, they keep going back to it, but you can't listen. You can explain the EDTA now, okay? Because that guy was full of crap. That was a bunch of bullshit lies. And I don't believe a damn word that guy said. I didn't even want to hear him. I was like, "What are you even talking about, buddy? I cannot even understand you. I'm serious, cannot understand anything you're saying. Don't retain it up here." So if I was a juror, I would have thought the same thing. Whatever. He said, "Okay, whatever." Don't make no sense. I don't know. I mean, I don't understand it from a juror point of view. Like Jinxie looks at it that way. I can't, because right away I would be, no, reasonable doubt, and I would have to stick to that. And who knows if I'd have lived? I don't know. It sounds like they were pretty determined to put Stephen and Brendan in prison, no matter at what cost. So I couldn't read EDTA guy in testimony. Yeah, watching him was even worse. You had to hear himself talk. Yes, he certainly did. Yes, Eric Cozy, guilters are very predictable. I mean, I have an argument with Little Joe on Twitter for the longest time, and he just kept coming back at the same thing, and I just kept pushing rewind. You know them memes you can put out there, and they're rewind. He just got sick of it. Layman speak, defense lady, scientist. Agree. Denise is still having trouble, huh? Owen, are you still? Owen, are you there?
I'm here.
Quietest I've ever heard you. I guess I don't leave much room, do I?
No, you're fine.
Here, let's look at some scenery again. There we go. Let's look at some trees.
And I
Wonder if
just think about all
she could find
the,
Bigfoot.
the expert medical scientific testimony in that trial. It makes my head hurt because I didn't see any expert scientific testimony in that trial at all. I saw a lot of people getting up, giving what they wanted to say and trying to make their evidence fit it, and it was questionable at best and absolutely irresponsible and lies at worst.
Right. I mean, it's, you know, after just everything. I mean, everything from the expert witnesses to the prosecutor to the just the whole thing. It just, how does anybody believe this stuff? I mean, how did the jury had me bought? I don't know. I just can't explain it. I don't know. I don't know how anybody can buy this bunch of, you know what, hockey sticks full of, you know what. You know, it just doesn't make sense. None of it calculates. And how can anybody say, if anything, okay, if anything, it's reasonable doubt, a whole bunch of it. You know, personally, I think he's not guilty. That's what I feel. But you know what I'm saying? They hide so much damn, you know what? And it doesn't look like they're hiding it for their benefit. You know, it's not like they're going to get a benefit out of it, right?
Yep.
They're not. So I don't get it. Why would they hide evidence? Because it doesn't point in their direction.
Yep. And to just make up the entire premise of they had her tied to the bed and stabbed her and stuff. It's like there's nothing. You can't even begin to prove that. And it makes me bananas.
So
I'm sorry.
okay.
Actually, it's my wife. My family perspective. So it sounds gonna sound crazy, but like I'm just kind of like I don't know. I don't even know what to do right now. I'm over here I'm kind of going through it.
Going through what?
Well, okay, so
I don't think you. No, why don't you just go away from me? Because you're kind of creeping me out, dude. For real, you got to get away from me. Okay, because you are really creeping me out. I do not get what you're saying, but you better just go. I don't want to hear your question. You better just move on yourself. Goodbye. Oh, Lord have mercy. Don't know what the hell that shit was about. Motherfucker's nuts, dude. I like you. Get away. Hey, you should. Bye. Hello. You guys there?
Yeah, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. But did you hear that stuff?
I sort of heard him.
Let me tell you something. This guy came up walking from behind. Don't know what he's doing. He's putting his step up on the back of the bench here like he's going to jump up. And he's like just talking in circles. I kind of need advice from a female stand of view. And I'm like, dude, you better get the, you know what I mean? Dude, you're creeping me out. Got to go.
Yeah, make sure your door's locked, Linda.
Oh, it's locked. I ain't worried about that.
That was creepy.
I got chains. I got it all. You know what I'm saying? That is just some weird stuff, dude. I said, what are you going through? What are you talking about? And he's like, well, I was going to ask you a question. No, you need to get away, dude. For real. That freaks me out.
Yeah, that's creepy as shit.
Yeah. That's what's nice around here, huh? Anybody watch that? I'm watching out the window. Boy, you got to go away. He left. I'm like, you better go. I'm sure that's, yeah, he's not around. Okay. That kind of put a damper on everything. Where's everybody?
Oh.
Denise still isn't back.
My heart is racing.
Of course it is. My gosh, what do you think?
Yeah, if he comes back, like Eric Ozzy said, make sure you get a picture of him on camera.
I'm sitting right by that door. You can't get in the front because there's chains, there's everything. It's pretty secure, you know what I'm saying? But this is like I said, there's like woods behind here. And he came from the front, but that was just too weird.
Yeah, but like Eric Ozzy said, get a picture of him at least on camera so you can show the police what he looked like if anything happens.
I should have turned it towards him. I was just like, oh, no, you got to go, buddy. I'm grabbing my stuff. I'm throwing everything on the top of my laptop.
Yeah.
Carrying it in. Because I'm like, you better go. And he just kind of like stood there. But when he put his hands up on the thing, like he was going to jump up, that's when I said, oh, no, you got to go.
Yeah,
Right. Oh, that's weird.
that bothers me.
Oh, I'm cool. I'm cool. Not worried about it. No, I got a stick in the door. You can't come through, and you can't get in the security doors. Very much security here, so I'm not worried about it. But I never had nobody do that before, and I've sat up there many times, And look,
Yeah.
that's the patio door behind me. So if he comes in, he'll be filmed. So I'm not worried. That's cool. I can't find my chat though. I gotta get my. Hang on 1 second. I gotta grab my stuff real quick. Play Jeopardy music or something. Okay. Coffee and my mouse. All right. That was just weird. Okay.
We don't want to watch you get murdered on live stream. So,
Well,
yeah.
you'll see all kinds. You'll see me fight. I'll tell you what. I'm not worried about protecting myself. Really not. I mean, I think I could do an okay job at that, but I lost the chat. I clicked off of it. Doggone it. I have to go on and find it. So just bear with me. Da, 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 Jeopardy music or whatever this stuff is. And I hope it's. I better mute it. No, there we go. Now it's muted. Or the sound so you don't get no backslash from YouTube.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to watch the doors over your shoulder because
So,
now I'm nervous.
I wonder. I feel like I'm disconnected because I don't know where Denise is even at.
Denise is disconnected at the minute. I think she's rebooting again or something.
Okay. Pop it out. Stop. Don't play. Oh my gosh, I'm looking at myself. That's weird. Don't like that. Okay. All right.
All right. Let's all take a deep breath.
Oh, there we are. All right. Are you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Hello?
Hello? Linda?
I must have you on mute. Am I on mute? No. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. I can hear you now.
Okay,
I must have just shut off the volume and it works for both, I guess. I'm not quite sure. Okay. Denise still hasn't made it back, boy. She must be really going through some stuff. I'm here. I'm reciting the BS here. Gotcha. Oh, you thought that it was a neighbor complaining? No, wasn't. It was some freaking weirdo coming at me. Look at Jinxie. Do 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 do. That's a Jeopardy. I love that tune.
I think that was the scary do 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 do,
Oh,
not
that.
the Jeopardy song.
Well, you've seen what happens to me when freakos come by me, right? I'm like,
Yeah.
you need to go. I think you better get out of here right now. I don't care what you got to say.
It was the Jeopardy music. You're right. There you go.
Huh? That was that music? Oh, not that. It was Jeopardy. She knows I like that Jeopardy music because it's like, because I think it's one of those catchy tunes, you can just put it in front of something. Like when Paul says, please hold, I could just hear like elevator music and him going, hold
Yeah.
please continue to hold. It's just the cutest thing. And I like that clutch my pearls moment. It just kills me every time I hear that. I mean, I was like, and you got to be Southern to say it in order for it to be so cute. It just doesn't work any other way,
Well,
Oh, man, I hope. I don't know. I'm lost in something. I'm trying to catch back from my my stranger in danger encounter. Stranger danger. Freakos. Young kid's eye on something. I don't know what it is.
yeah.
Put his laptop on. He put his little tablet on the thing, and then he put his hands up there like this. He was standing there like this, like he was gonna jump up. That's when I went, whoa, wait a minute, put on hold. You were like, I think he was talking Kirby talk. You know what that is, don't you? Kirby talk is trying to tell you something, but ain't telling you something, but still trying to tell you something, still trying to keep you engaged.
Yep.
But you don't know what they're talking about at all. I don't go for that Kirby talk stuff. You got to go. That's my street smarts there. Because I know people that sit there and go, "Oh, what can I help you with?" Oh, and continue to do so and talk and engage. Nah, you act too weird in the first three. If it was me looking for some help, I'd say, "Excuse me, but I was over there and I need a phone."
Right.
I mean, come on, little words. When you're going blah, 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 stumbling for words, but you better just get to moving, get to stepping, kicking rocks. Dust better follow you. Denise, poor Denise. You running out of things to say, Owen?
No, I'm staring out the door of your patio because I'm all nervous now.
Okay, we're gonna turn you this way because it's safe. Okay, I promise.
Well, I need to watch in case he sneaks up on you.
I would say, guess what this is? This is a Linda 911. Somebody motherfucking find out where I'm at. Oh, wait a minute. I'm in West St. Paul in Minnesota, and I live off of St. Thomas, and it's apartments, Oak Tree Apartments. Now you
I have your address. I'll be calling him. Don't you worry.
But I'm not at home. I'm at my granddaughter, or my dad.
Oh.
So the name is Alex Kemerode on this apartment, okay? And it's Oak Tree Apartments in West St. Paul off of Thompson Avenue. There you go. I don't care who knows that because there ain't no freak around here gonna get in anyway. But something would happen, but I don't think so. I think the kid was just high, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And was just walking around with, I don't know, maybe he heard me talk and maybe he seen me from his balcony because there was a guy up there that looked just like him up on the balcony. And then I was like, okay, now you're down here trying to get some advice? Nah. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Denise, Linda's after school special just aired. Stranger danger.
Okay, you should make that into a presidential PSA video. Have Denise edit it out. This is what you do when somebody weird talks to you. Do what Linda did. Be safe.
Don't listen for excuses. If it ain't said in the first sentence, get the heck away.
See, that's actually a thing. It's okay to be rude sometimes and be like, dude, get away from me.
That's right.
And it is absolutely okay to do that.
I didn't feel bad by telling him to get away from me. He was acting freaking weird. And if he really had a problem, he would have said, no, ma'am, I'm sorry. You know what I mean?
Yep.
He didn't. He just said, well, oh, can I ask you a question? Like, that's going to stop me from picking my shit up. What you're trying to do is grab my laptop, right? You little thief. That's probably what he's trying to do if you want to know the truth. You know what I mean? Because I don't live in the ghetto, but I don't, West St. Paul's got its issues. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
This is a nice area, but not too far away from here is, again, a populated area, St. Paul, Minnesota. You know what I'm saying? So it's a city. You get all that kind of stuff in the city. You get that stuff in the country. You get that stuff in the so far out there woods, you just think there's nothing but a black bear next to you, and there's some thieves, looking for your stuff. There's some strange people in this world.
Mm-hmm.
But you see, I'm trying to, there you go. Can't see the door. Because I really am okay. I'll be okay. I really am. If I wasn't, I would be saying, I don't feel so comfortable. So I'm going to get off of here right now. No, you wouldn't let me go. I'm going to get on the phone, call my daughter. No, I'm fine. Ain't no, not to be afraid of.
Yeah, that probably wasn't Ted Bundy outside.
Yeah, I'm sure. He just looked like he wanted to get my laptop, tell you the truth. Or,
probably asked you for $10 or something.
Yeah, get away from me. I got $10. Look, I got $10, all right. Like, they come in the form of a fist. All right. Up off your feet. I'll give you some leather goods, I'll tell you what. A boot in the ass and a belt in the mouth.
Yep.
Oh, Denise.
Yeah, my husband and I were sitting outside on our little balcony one night, just relaxing. The stars are out, having a nice quiet evening. And some guy starts walking up to us. It's a long walkway, so he had a long walk. And I'm like, who the hell is this? And he goes, I know what you guys are doing. And we're like, yeah, we're sitting here outside having a drink. What are you doing? He's like, I live right underneath you. I know what you guys are doing to my internet. I'm like, what are you talking about, you crazy guy? He's like, I hear you walking around, and every time I hear you walking, my internet goes out. And I'm like, okay. He's like, and I can't use my Xbox because you guys keep turning off my internet. I'm like, right. Okay, let me just call the police to sort this out for you, guy, okay? right? And I did. I called the police, but in the meantime, I was like, all right, I'm going to use my criminal minds knowledge that I learned from the show, and I'm going to de-escalate this guy because he was like standing there like he was ready to punch somebody, right? And I'm like, oh, hell no. Right. And so I started saying, yeah, well, the internet here gets really weird, but we live right across from the military base. Do you ever think maybe it's them doing something? And he was like, oh shit, maybe you're right. So all of a sudden I was his best friend and we were in on this conspiracy theory together. And he sat down with us and waited for the cops to come because I had convinced him that it was the military base spying on our internet and shit.
Oh
So
my gosh.
the cop gets there and he's telling the cop, well, I thought it was them because I hear them walking around, but maybe they're just walking because they live up there, but it's got to be the military base. And he's trying to explain to the cop how, this thing is happening to his internet. And the cop looks at me and I just side eye him like, dude, So he takes the guy away and talks him down and he comes back to us and I'm like, I just did a criminal minds on him and just made it my friend because he was crazy. The
Oh
cop's
my
like,
God.
good job. I'll go talk to him. Call me back if he comes back. I'm like, yeah, bye.
Oh my gosh. I had a guy that lived below me, and he had his son over, staying with him for a couple weeks or whatever. And his son I'm sure he was on drugs. He wasn't normal, you know what I mean? He was like up all night and he was peeking out the windows and stuff, that kind of,
Yeah.
really scared. Although I don't know, I'm not trying to judge. He could have been anxious or, had some kind of phobia against people. I'm not quite sure. But if you did, you wouldn't come up to my door and knock on it and tell me to get my rock band out of my house when I was sleeping. And he said that the rock band in the living room has to go, and I need to quit talking about him. And I said, excuse me, but I am here by myself sleeping. You just woke me up. There's my 2 dogs and me. Okay, dude. And that was quite strange, but he did. And then I told his dad, that's not, I don't understand what he was doing, but it wasn't cool to me.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Neighbors can be weird.
yeah, well, I vowed a long time ago to not live in an apartment building ever again when my children were little, because I woke up one day and there was a dead man out my patio window, and there was gunshots and gun holes and and other buildings and that went into the bedrooms of other people, and I slept through this whole thing. Okay. Totally slept through everything because I'm a dangerous sleeper. I don't hear nothing, you know what I mean? It's really bad. But so I woke up and seen that, and I had 2 little children at the time. They were 6 and 3, I believe, at the time. And so that was too young to open up the curtains and see that. So shut the curtains, kept the kids in the house till they were all clear, and moved the very next week.
Wow.
And never to be in an apartment building again, because I could have lost my girls. They could have been shot in the head, and I would have never known until I woke up. And because I don't go waking them up on a Saturday morning. I'm not working that day. Maybe that night, but I'm not, I'm going to sleep in if I can. So I'm definitely not going to stir the babies, So that just frightened me so badly that I decided I would never let somebody have that much control over my environment, because they could be sleeping and fall asleep. They could be drunk. And as I've had people come in my door, you know what I'm saying it was their apartment before. I didn't have kids at the time, but that kind of stuff has happened to me. So I said, no, I have to be able to control my children's environment. It is very important to me, so I just said, no, that stuff's not happening to me.
Yeah.
Weird neighbors. No. Yeah, it might be, at least they're a fence away or a house away, something,
Mm-hmm.
Where is, and she's, oh my gosh, best stories. The best story.
I have a neighbor door knock story that's kind of funny. When I had broken up with Mike and gotten my first little apartment all on my own with my kids, it was a studio apartment, just 1 room, tiny little thing, but it was all mine, and I was very pleased that I was not living with my mom.
Yeah.
And somebody had given me a little 4-pack of those Zima drinks. Do you remember those?
Yes, I do.
They're really sweet. They would taste like, soda pop. And I was like, oh, but I'm not an alcohol person. I can't handle alcohol. It doesn't sit well with me. So I'm like, well, I'll have one because I was thirsty and it tasted sweet. It didn't taste fairly strong. I'm like, okay, this is nice. Right. So I drank one. It's like, well, it was nice to get another one. I'm drinking. I'm playing on the computer, right? My kids are sleeping or whatever. And I was on the phone with a friend of mine who lived here in Texas. And there was a knock at the door. And I was like, oh, hold on. There's somebody at the door. And I stood up and all of a sudden this alcohol hit me. And I fell right on the floor. I fell on my ass like, whoa. All right. And now I'm dying laughing. I can't even talk. I'm on the phone. I'm like, Byron, there's somebody knocking at the door and I can't stand up. I'm too drunk. And so what does Byron say? Because he's an asshole. Throw the phone at the door and I'll ask who it is. But I did it. I threw the phone across the room at the door and I'm sitting there waiting like, all right, he'll tell me who it is. And then I'm like, wait, I have to go get the phone. How do I get there? And so I crawl over to the door. I get the phone and I'm like, who was it? Byron's like, you are so stupid. I'm like, but who's at the door? He's like, I don't know. Open it.
I am so drunk.
By the time I opened the door, there was nobody there. So I never found out who it was. But that at that moment, I said, I will never drink again while I am home alone with my children because this is not something I can deal with, I will never forget that. Chucking the phone across the room, waiting to hear who's at the door.
Wait a minute. Well, somebody told me to do something. Oh no, it was like I was looking for my glasses once and they were up here like this. And I'm going, I can't see to find my glasses. I don't know where my glasses are. Anybody see my glasses? They're on your head. Yep. And Denise will laugh about that. She was talking to me when that happened.
Oh man.
Okay, they're on top of my head. That's really great, Linda. You don't even know you got your glasses on top of your head and you have not had anything to drink. Oh, this world is getting much better. I swear, when you're older, things start to get weird.
I have those moments. Like I was doing something, playing a video game or something, but listening to my podcast with Paul in the background. So I always listen to him back over, see if they need editing or something. And I'm listening to it and I'm playing my game. And all of a sudden he goes, oh, so blah, blah, blah. Yeah. What did you think about that, Awen? And I instantly went and grabbed my mic like, oh shit, I'm live. I got to answer him. Right. And I start talking to my, and I'm like, wait, because I hear myself talking. I'm like, oh, I'm listening to the recording, you idiot. It was just that moment of, oh my God, he asked me a question. I got to answer.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. I was like, I need a break.
Into a recording. I don't feel so bad no more because I was talking to one who was like, now why won't you answer me?
Yeah, I do have this
myself on my messages. I was like, okay, wait a minute now. What? Why is this? No, this is not right. I was trying to send a message and I'm looking for it to pop up on the other side, thinking because it was the other person, their answer. I'm like, why is it not going over here? She's not going to see it. What the hell is going on? I went, oh my God, Linda, what's the matter with you?
Yep. I'm not really safe left on my own at this point in life.
Granted, I've had a little bit too much of the happy stuff if I've done things like that, but you know what I mean? But still, hey, that happens and you get older. I would
understand it if I smoked pot or drank, but I don't do any of that when I still have these moments. So I obviously don't need any of that.
Hey, I don't have no excuses for nothing. It's just me. I can try to blame it on whatever I want to, but I really do think it's in my DNA. My DNA description first is crazy. A little, what is that when you jump to conclusion? Not jump to conclusion, but you're a little too spontaneous. Can go off. And my school records talk for it all. I could just put them online because all it says is Linda's the first one done with her work and the first one to go talk to somebody else. Linda she's always got something to say.
Yeah.
That's me. Through my every single report card said that stuff. Linda's got a lot to say. She just don't have the proper timing. That's me.
Oh, that's too funny. But yeah, we do a lot of crazy things and it's okay.
Oh my gosh, poor Denise. What the heck, Denise? Does she say what's on there? She did an update or whatever?
She's having issues. She's working on it.
Oh, Air Cozy's got a premiere in 20 minutes. Okay. Thank you for the update. Everybody. Air Cozy's got, what's this? Oh, I'm just reading chat because I ain't got nothing to say. You can take the wheel there.
I want to refresh my Twitter, but I'm a little scared in case something else has happened today.
I've stayed off Twitter for a while. Been off of it for a while. Some of it just got to be a little bit too much.
Yep.
So you just exit yourself from it, and then you don't have to be partaking in it, and then you come back at a better time. Because I ain't got, I don't have time to fight with people about things, and I think you should be able to do it, have your opinion and not be attacked. But there are people that attack, and so I'm like, well, I just avoid the attacks. I try not to put out anything that's offensive though towards people. I don't, like target people on things or anything like that. Unless you're a guilter who's really giving me shit, then I will target your name. I'll go right to you. You know what I mean? But other than that, I don't even put that kind of my opinions about other people out there like that. That's just not right.
It's not right.
Doing their own thing. We all have our own way of doing it, and it's okay, just as long as you're doing it.
Yep,
And you're not hurting other people. I'm all for it. I don't care. I want to see it. You know what I mean?
Yep. I spent many years watching YouTube, mostly like I watch sciencey stuff, learning stuff, documentaries, yada yada. But I never even read comments, let alone made a comment until maybe like the last year. I've actually gotten into the people of YouTube, which is a whole new world, and some of it is kind of scary. Like especially in the true crime community, you have these groups that go around from channel to channel, and if you don't play it right in their sandbox, then they come after you as a group, and it's like, what are you people doing? The YouTube drama side of things is really intense and scary because they're talking, oh, well, I'm going to call the police and report you for that, and I'm going to call the police and do this, and I'm going to dox you, and it's like, wow, I don't get that at all.
I've not come across it, so
yeah, you're lucky.
I am what I am, and I say that every time. This is me. Sorry, I ain't out here to offend nobody. Okay, I got a strong opinion. If you don't agree, that's great. I'll listen to it. You know what I mean? But don't be attack. Don't attack.
These are the people who, like, they'll make a YouTube video criticizing some other creator or some other person, and they'll be really nasty about it. And then they cry foul when people come and yell at them. And it's like, but dude, and then people get so invested in this drama cycle. And I'm like, you're draining yourself emotionally and psychologically, and it's really unhealthy. Just turn it off.
Yeah.
You know what? If you don't watch that channel, it's gone like magic.
It's called choice. If we don't, it's not your cup of tea. Nobody is saying it's going to be. If it's not, check it out. Don't like it, move on. I want you to find whatever you fit in. Because once you do find a community that you fit in, it's wonderful. I know I'm there. You know what I'm saying? I love everybody I'm meeting this. I have not, started with hangouts with Denise and, just the small core group that we had on Eric Cozy's that was there, and then boom, it bammed into the bigger stuff. And, I just love every single person I have come across. A few of them have had opinions or whatever, you know what I mean? But that's okay. You're entitled, but just don't be mean. I mean, one person called me a guilter. I'm not going to say their name. Everybody knows who knows me. But it was very hurtful to me because I am definitely not a guilter. Okay.
Right.
I am a supporter of the truth. And if I say something that's wrong, then I'd like to be corrected. Okay. But then again, if it's my theory or what I think in my own head, I will say this is my opinion and I'm entitled to it. I'm entitled to it. As long as I say that, you should not be offended.
Yep. And the MAM community on YouTube doesn't seem to have too big of a problem with that. Some people say this is what I think, and someone else says that's what I think. And that's it. They don't start attacking each other. Like, you don't see all the MAM channels having videos about the other MAM channels and how they're wrong and terrible and evil.
You're talking more drama, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's so much of it. And I have a lot of people in my circle that are heavily involved in some of these drama issues. And they'll come to me like, I can't sleep. I'm so upset about this. I can't believe they said something mean about me. And oh my God. And I have to make a video to respond. I'm like, no, you do not.
Right.
You stop.
You don't.
You stop watching what they're saying. You stop listening to them. Stop engaging with people who are bringing it to you, and you stop. You turn around and you do something else.
You're
And like
creating
magic,
your own environment.
it's
You know,
gone.
be accountable for your own environment. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I mean, you are
Exactly.
the creator of your own drama. You know what I mean? That's what I say.
That's the thing. If you get sucked into it and you stay into it, then you must want to be part of it.
It
Because
must be
you have a
something
choice.
for you. Exactly. It must be something you do. Something that it affects you in a way that, hey, this makes me feel good because I would never do this in real life. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You can be whoever you want to be. I guess I get that kind of character play thing, you know. That's fine, you know, but some of it gets really mean, but I don't go over to them channels. I don't listen to them because first of all, they're entitled to theirs. I'm not even saying nothing bad about them. You're entitled to yours. It's just not my preferred view, and I don't understand it. That's all.
Yep.
I
I
just don't.
like that we have different views because you know that saying great minds think alike? That's
Right.
not true at all. Great minds think for themselves and have their own opinions.
Good idea.
You know?
It just seems like, yeah, hey, wait, you know, somebody else is thinking that, and you wonder, and I think that comes from you're wondering when you're putting that out there, does this sound stupid to somebody? You know what I mean? But
Right.
then somebody else thought of that too, or then you're like, oh, I'm not alone in it, so that's probably why I think great minds go together kind of thing comes from. But you're
Yep.
right, very right. I always call it a smart thinker. I say you're a smart thinker, because that's like not a great mind. You're just very open to a lot of things. Your mind, you let yourself think about
Yep.
things. You're not a closed box. Everybody says out of the box. I've never seen one. Don't even know what they're talking about. So, I'm a different thing.
Even with making a murderer, if you found like I'm a truther, I believe they're innocent 100%. If I found somebody who was believed they were guilty but was willing and capable of having a debate about the information and not calling me names, if you have to revert to ad hominem attacks to make your point, you don't really have a point at all.
Right.
But when you debate with someone on the information and the facts, that strengthens your own position and your own understanding of it. And it can be really helpful and useful to actually get to the truth of the matter. But we don't see a lot of that anymore on the internet. It's black or white. You're
Right.
this, or you're that. You can't have a debate because then you're fraternizing with the enemies and they just come at you with personal attacks and stupidity. And that's frustrating, it really is.
That's I learned like I said, I learned earlier in the game that, yeah, you need to say in your own opinion, because then you're not, like putting it out as fact.
Right.
And that's what a lot of people in the true crime, especially like these wrongful convictions and stuff, when they're trying to dig and find out what's going on. If you don't say that and you're putting it out as fact and it's wrong,
Right,
you'll get
definitely.
attacked for that. And I really understand that. That's why I try to say, in my own opinion, this is what I think of what I've seen. If somebody else has something to show me about it and it extends on something different, I'm more than open to go there, because I go for what the facts are. You know what I'm saying? In black and white, what's going on. Like I've always said, I'm really interested in the court procedure of it, because that is the only thing that's really going to release them. There's no magic in the transcripts or the trial itself. It's already happened. They've already been convicted. You have to go through the legal system. Now, do I think the legal system is very screwed up for not seeing something that seems to be so blatantly obvious to every one of us? Yes, I do. I think it's done on purpose. I think there's a Dollar Tree to follow somewhere along there, or somebody's, promotional gain. Most definitely. Do I think it was about the suit? Most definitely. I think Brendan should have never been there, and they shouldn't have even tried to bring him down through there. Okay, so they could have went about that completely different. So for the whole thing, for me, is just a bunch of bull hockey.
Yep.
I mean, they'd have to film it and show me what happened for Stephen and Brendan to be guilty. Okay, because absolutely no way. Excuse me, Dust, I'm gonna come through here with some bleach and some paint thinner, and we're gonna clean this up, and then you can just drop down again. Okay, make sure that you left only our DNA. Okay, it just doesn't happen. Anyone with common sense knows that there was no investigation in the investigation. And as we're seeing through the phone calls, and all that kind of stuff, it's making a lot more of what I've thought and a few other people have thought look a little bit more true than ever before, So I
And
don't
that's
know.
the point. We all should be wanting to find the truth, regardless of where it leads.
Right.
And that's the trick is like I would like to have a debate with some of the guilters about the bones. How did they get there? Why did they get there? Why were they in the burn barrel? Why were there bones in the quarry? Why were some of them animal bones? Let's discuss this. But they're just like, oh, don't be stupid. You know how they got there. Blah, you're dumb. It's
Well,
like,
you should come over and talk to Falcon, who's very respectful, and he's a guilter, but he's very respectful, and he'll have a logical conversation with you. None of that kind of stuff. And he's over in Eric Cozy's Discord, and you can just go to the guilter room. And that's like basically we made that for him because he is a very respectable guilter. I mean, he's the one that did all of our logos and stuff for the Mammothon and things like that. So yeah, he's very. I mean, if you really want to do that and you really want to get their point of view of it, he's a very good, respectable guilter to talk to. He really is.
Well, that's cool because those are the debates that are productive, where you both sides learn something and maybe come at it from a different perspective, and maybe together you'll find out something that goes, oh yeah, that makes sense to both sides. Say, oh, well, this is new,
Yeah. I want to say, okay, guys, we're leaving here and doing something or coming right back or whatever you're doing. No problem. Do what you gotta do. We love you. See you when you get here. We love the fact that you showed up. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. But I think you would have a very intelligent conversation with him because he's very intelligent, and he doesn't get into that. Well, fuck you and this and that. And you don't got no. He doesn't do that. He explains what he knows of it, and if you can show him something that he's never seen before, he's more than willing to look at it. Doesn't mean he's going to sweep over to the other side. You know what I mean? But he still has an intelligent conversation.
Yep. And that's what we need more of. Less people being absolutely tied to their perspective and not even willing to listen to the other side. And, you're not going to get to truth from, if either side is just as hardlined about it, you're not going to find the truth. So until we can learn to work together and discuss it, say, this is why I think they're innocent, as opposed to they're innocent and you're an idiot.
Or this paper, did you know that this bone didn't really come from this area, and the chain of command was broke, and we don't really know if that was this bone or what, you know what I mean? If you can show and proof of that on paperwork, more than willing, and he will do the same, you know what I mean? Because a lot of guilters don't even read. They just go by, oh, I watched the news and give a crap less. Let's just say that the court said he's guilty for this, this, and this, and I believe him. And that's just bullheadedness. That's closed minded. You're not a productive, willing to learn the facts, because it just doesn't do anybody a justice. If you ask me, there's more than just Teresa being a victim here. There's a lot of victims involved. Okay. First of all, Teresa didn't get the justice she needed. Not at all. If you ask me, not at all. You show me a crime scene. That's all I want to see. I want to see a crime scene so I know that really that was Teresa. And I'm not saying that she's alive. I don't know. I don't know if she's alive or dead, because what they presented to me was not enough. It just wasn't enough. I mean, the DNA stuff was not enough for me. I'm sorry, and the pieces were this big. Okay. So, but, I think the largest piece was maybe this long or something like that. It wasn't even, you know what I mean? So and back then it wasn't easy to test that stuff. So, I mean, my mind is, I don't see a crime scene. I don't see, I don't know of a car that looks green and turns blue. I don't know of a car that has bullet holes and then don't have bullet holes. This and that. There's too many things that don't make sense to me. Chain of command. I mean, there's just lists of things. Okay. Them are just the first two popular ones that come to mind. You know what I mean? But I don't know. Everything to me is speculation until they can, and I tend to believe the evidence that they have does not point the direction that they made it go. That's what I believe. That's my opinion. And a lot of other people agree with me. So I figure if the average Joe watching a show can see this stuff, what is the matter with somebody that has the power stepping up and saying, "There's something wrong here." I mean,
Right.
that's all it takes is just for somebody to say, "There's something really wrong here," and give it a second look. I mean, if they're so hell bent on Stephen's guilty, Brendan is guilty, I mean, I don't know. Then why don't they give him a court date? Why don't they let him do this? Why do they have to hide the evidence? It's all questionable because they make it look that way.
Yep.
It's not Netflix that made you look bad.
Right.
You know, sorry. I don't think it was Netflix. I think it was popular by amongst the people that y'all look like a bunch of Keystone Cop assholes that planted shit, and you know, you left it at that. When you can come back and make a rebuttal about the truth,
Yep.
then why aren't you doing that? Why do you have to sue for defamation of character or whatever Colburn's suing for? Look, if you didn't do nothing, dude, then why are you so worried about what people think? Why don't you get on there and say, okay, you know, this is this, okay, and this is this, and I have proof. An innocent person would not have a problem with that.
Right. I think very poorly of Andrew Colborn because of his own actions.
So do I.
That's it. That's not defamation of character. That's you did something that was super shady, and I don't trust you anymore.
Yeah,
The writing the letter after the phone call about the rape guy instead of, and I mean, it just snowballs from there. Everything he did is so questionable and shady that his own actions make him look bad, not Netflix.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Like I said, his own actions make him look like when he's sitting on that stand and he does one of these and like that, and his eyebrows are up so high, they look off they go. That's why I call him eyebrows, because his eyebrows want no part of his lion ass face. That's what I say. And I'm not kidding you. It looks like they're just gonna go, I want to get out of here. You know, he just looks guilty. And if you're not guilty, then why didn't you come back in the second season when you could have had an opportunity to show your side? Okay. Because if you ask me, in the one, we seen the state's side. Okay. We didn't see the defense side. All right. And in two, we see the defense side. You know what I mean? Coming up with the right stuff. All right. Which Dean and Jerry were not able to do. I didn't really see a defense. Okay. You know what I mean? I see more prosecution than defense. So my thoughts are, you have an opportunity here to come on and clear your name from one and clear the bullshit that you think was not right, and you don't take that opportunity. What did you think was going to happen? I mean, you would have been on film saying what and showing what would have been proof. There is too many people on that list that don't want to say anything. And I wonder why. Because if it happened the way you say it did, why would you be afraid to say anything? Does that make sense to all you people out there? My rambling, I forget what I'm talking about.
like what Bean Green said, the bones belong to someone. Clearly they belong to someone, but whose? They weren't proven to my satisfaction that those were Teresa's bones, especially given that some of them are animal bones. And if those were Teresa's, then whose were the bones in the quarry? Were they part of the same set? There's no way to prove that.
Right.
So I don't believe Teresa's alive. I honestly don't. But I also don't think they proved that she's dead. You know?
I don't doubt that she is probably passed on. Okay. But the wheres and the, lack of murder, a lack of a murder scene makes anybody wonder, and body, I'm sorry, they got bones and partial bones of a body. So, and the specialists were not reliable people, if you ask me. They weren't. They were definitely not. They didn't handle the excavation of the bones correctly, as to be seen in any investigation of finding a body outside. I don't care how long that body was there. You're going to have a grid. You're going to have like a dinosaur, uncovering. You're going to dust off things. You're not going to be digging in deep like they were with backhoes and things, and shovels, and it just is not heard of. Okay, it's not heard of. And coroner not being is not heard of. There's too many not heard of ever before or after, for that matter, techniques done. So whether you got a big case of bam, that's not what you do at that time and you're never going to do it again, which I highly doubt, you know, you have to know there's something wrong there. It's just not. It's not heard of. I mean,
When it comes to a case with reasonable doubt, this case should be textbook. There is so much doubt in every single aspect of this case. I don't understand how the jury came to that conclusion in either trial. I don't get it.
Keep talking.
Unless, they had some motivation. Now, granted, they were local people. They didn't like the Averys. They didn't like Stephen getting that big lawsuit won for all the money.
Right.
So, was it just the good old boys club, the mob mentality of let's get this guy, so they didn't look at what was being presented as evidence and just went with it? But because when you stop and you take all of that out of the equation and just look at the evidence, there are some gaping monumental holes to it
Right.
that they didn't prove.
Do you think it was pride of the town too? I mean, they didn't want to admit that they did wrong to begin with. They couldn't swallow or be accountable. And then in this one, they definitely weren't going to be, since they had tunnel visioned that way. You know what I'm saying? And they had to, as they went along, make things up. You know what I mean? And that's why it's so befuddled. You know what I mean? Or because I don't believe this was a planned thing. I think it was a murder of convenience.
Opportunity. Yep. They said, "Oh, hey, we have a body. We don't like Steve Avery. Here we go."
Right. And like Jesus pointed out, if you had a puzzle, you might not have all your corner spots to even start figuring out what it was. Okay. There's too many missing pieces or too many moved around pieces. Things that are like, oh, no, that wasn't the way it was. And then, like Kratz's big decision on what the narrative was when it was over with. Oh, that's easy to say. Oh, damn. That was easy for you to do, dude.
Yeah.
When you couldn't prove all those things that had happened that Brendan said the way they happened, well, you have to start changing your narrative somewhere.
Yep.
It didn't happen in the trailer. Nope, it happened in the garage. And the bullet is the proof,
Yeah.
A bullet has never seen a bone.
Yep.
And DNA, well, I'm sorry. Mr. Pencil said it himself. DNA, I don't doubt it was theirs, but where did it come from?
Mm-hmm.
When you have your own people saying things like that, and just the fact that it's easier to kill Stephen Avery rather than put him in jail. Oh, whoa, wait a minute. I never heard them statements before, ever.
Yeah, the whole thing, it's such a mess that I have a hard time believing. And that's why so many of us are into this, because we watched Making a Murderer and we're like, that's not possible. It's not possible that something so messy actually went through the court system without being stopped and fixed, And we have a hard time believing that this could actually happen in our justice system. It's just bananas.
I wasn't, honestly, I wasn't so shocked when I watched it. I just thought they had already fixed it. Do you know what I mean? I thought they were like showing, well, this happened to him, so and so, and oh, great, he's, and then at the end of this, he's going to be out. You know what I mean? And then when I found out it wasn't, I was like, what? This is still going on? That is so terrible. So yeah, I think that's a big shock for a lot of people to swallow. I really do. And that's like probably number one why people are so pissed off about this. That's like, does this really go on? We're not dumb. How to come? You don't see this. Oh, sorry, folks. Well, you're in the chat, girl. We're just still here waiting for you, trying to keep it up. Trying to talk about whatever comes off the top of our little chins or the top of our heads.
Let's see, what else can we talk about? I'm talking to Paul right now. I asked him if he would like to come join us because Denise is broke. And he's in his car now, but he's on his way home. So who knows? Maybe he could show up. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. I asked Travis to stop by and talk about, but he must be busy with the other side. Maybe he's doing some commentary or something with Eric Cozy on the shootings, or something. I don't know. Maybe he's not even covering that. I don't know. I have no idea.
Oh, Denise, that's not good. I can't send you an. She said streamer won't let her in, but we can't send her an invite because we're not the host.
Restart? We can just shut off and restart.
Yeah.
Easy enough. It happens right away. So you want to restart? That's cool. Everybody will stick around. And if they don't, we're still talking to each other. But we'd love you to stick around and wait.
I'm going to send her a link to the studio that we're in. I don't think it'll work, but it might. You never know. You never know. You never know.
Yes, I do.
Imagine.
I do too, Jinxie. I really do think there was more to that call, especially since I've been hearing some of the other ones. So hang up and start over, she says. And I think it would help too. And I think Colburn is more involved than I ever did before. I think, yeah, Cuss Road has a lot to do with the way I think.
My overall opinion of this whole thing is that Ryan killed her. He called Colborne, and they set up everything from there. That's what I think happened.
Well, I think the consensus is that Ryan probably did do it. I think most people think that. You know, just he's so shady. He's got scratches. He was on
Creepy
the
little
crime scene. What was he doing on the crime scene? You're just supposed to be a friend helping out. You know, you're never under investigation. You're pissed off because your best friend slept with your ex-girlfriend who you were stalking. It makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that happens to be my opinion too. I'm not quite sure how the cops get involved though. That I'm still,
I think he called him.
wandering around in my, it's marinating there because I got several kind of things, especially with the latest phone calls coming out. You know,
I think Ryan knew Colborne outside of this case, and he just called him and said, "Oh God, Andy, help!"
There's never been no proof of that. So
I know. No, it's just what I think. That if I had to write down on paper what I thought happened,
the connection if there was, because that would be like Simple Simon, kind of thing, and it's usually, oh my gosh, why didn't we see that? That would be. I agree. I don't bend my mind one way or the other with how they did it. I kind of think the same way you do. Something happened. Somehow they're related, or I don't know. Day off for Colburn, and he thought, well, here we go. I can help. I'll scratch your back. You scratch mine. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how they got everything else to fall in place though. Like lack of coroner being there, this and that. But I do know some of the phone calls with things they were saying, like meeting for evidence along the highways. Give me a call on my cell phone so I can meet you there on the highway with evidence. Or so-and-so is working tomorrow from 3 and 3 to, and he'll get all of his evidence. What does that mean? So what does that mean? What evidence? Why are you carrying it from your car from one place to give it to another police officer when you should call the crime lab and have them pick it up? I don't get that stuff. You should be ditchers, and then let the crime, tape it off, let the crime lead come get whatever it is, unless it was found by a searcher or something like that. But it just sounds a little too coincidental, and too many people that are cops with cell phones meeting cops on the highway.
It's not right.
Hi, Ziggy. A few minutes ago, I would have showed you outside and asked you if you could see Sasquatch in Minnesota. But we had some strange weirdo office wrecker freak come up to me, and I didn't feel safe. So I said, bye-bye, I'm coming in the house. And he ain't been back. But I told him I'm live, I was like, I don't think he got it.
Yeah.
This day crime says it all. Yeah.
It was Ziggy's boyfriend? Uh-oh.
That's Squatch. Oh, the big tall one or the little one, dear? Depends, yeah. Jinx, I too think Colburn may have went to the same high school as Kratz, possibly was hoping someone would go there and look at his yearbook and find out. Oh, okay. What high school was it, Jinx? If you know, I'll look it up because I'm in Minnesota and I belong to that. What is that? High school. I forgot what it's called, but you can type in the high school name and the year you graduated, and you can get the yearbook up online. So it's kind of like your ancestry, but it's a high school thing, graduation thing, or I don't know what it is. Classmates, thank you, Fan. Hi, by the way. Yes, the schools. Yes, they all have high school yearbooks. I don't know of any school that don't. You looked on Classmates. Oh. Maybe it's one of them sites you got to pay. I don't pay if it's free. Otherwise I don't do me. Don't do it. It's got to be free because I'm Poe. I'm so Poe. I don't know about this $20 a month for the Streamlabs thing, but sure would like to have the extra things because if this is you don't get to put a picture up. That's kind of, I don't like that.
Well, they did say they're fixing that, so let's hope they get it fixed quickly.
I like the idea of if you could just have a like a certain logo, like maybe even just Denise's picture or something, like a round picture or something. So you just don't look at this round circle dot. Makes me think that the live is over whenever I see things like that. It's like, oh, they're done.
Yep.
Or something,
Yeah.
But that's okay. I'm glad you're that little dot there. Let me tell you, you're a welcome little dot.
It's a cute little white dot.
Yes, it is. It's a smart little white dot. It's a smart thinker white dot. Hey, Truth Monster.
Excuse me.
We like free speech too. You got a wrench because you're one of us. You're a gang member. A wrench member. No. We love you, buddy. That's all.
Hey, Travis. There's Travis.
It is Eric Cozy's music trivia room on Discord. I lost you. Yeah, I got that game. Yes, the trivia game. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yes, we should do that on here, Jinx. That would be really good if we could do that. That would be real cool. That's a good idea, Jinx. We should snatch that off there and do that. It's a fun game. When it's pictures of like high school or different when they were younger pictures, and you got to guess who they are, who the person is, and they're all involved in making of a murderer. It's a fun game. Hello, did I lose there? Owen.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh my God, I'm on here by myself. Anxiety coming in.
I was checking my Amazon order. My new yarn ball winder's coming today, and I'm so excited for this. So,
are you?
I like to do crochet.
Yeah, I can crochet.
I have cats, and they keep taking my yarn and running around the house with it. So I have to reball it up, which gets annoying.
Yeah. Well, I still am down to that coffee can with the hole through it, and you put it in there and you just pull. That's how, back I still go, but it still works. What is the loud ding? It is my, actually, I'll tell you what it is, Ziggy. It's the rally house. They're talking over there and it keeps ding, 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 because my phone's way over there and I didn't shut off the notice and I don't know how to do it from my laptop. So I everybody that's hearing the loud ding. We should, maybe we could time it, see how far they're going like this, and we can play a game with it. And that's the bing, ding, bang. If you don't got your answer in, ding, you're done. Oh my gosh.
Denise is having technical difficulties. She's trying to get it fixed and get back on, but she has not succeeded yet.
I got screen share. We got screen share. We can do that. Jinxie, I like that. I took that test and tried. I was so far off, but the one person I didn't miss was Kratz. I got him, but there's a couple obvious ones. Like I think Pago was pretty obvious, but I didn't know some of them. I was like, what? Whoa. You know what I'm saying? Okay, well then you know what? Let's just go out of here and let her send us another notice, okay? Because she can't get on.
I'm gonna start over. Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna say
that,
Denise? And we will be back when Denise gets us on. Mwah.
Bye for now.
Bye for now.